pleasant morning to you all. We had already discussed about the various components or nutrients of a balanced diet and their importance, how they are important for us. Now, today we shall discuss about two components of a balanced diet which do not provide any energy, neither they provide any materials required for the growth and development or repairing of bone or dead cells, replacing dead cells, yet they form a very important part of our diet. What are those two components? Water and roughage. Clear? Now, water importance we all know, isn't it? It forms 70% of our body weight. Now, it keeps the body cells, that is, hydrated, in the sense that what we mean to say that water is a universal solvent. When we talk about digestion process of the food that we take or the nutrient that we take, it requires water to break down. In the plants also you find that water forms a very important part, isn't it? It is a raw material required for photosynthesis, and the cells, they remain turgid, that is, they are expanded because of the water content or the cell sap in it. That is referred as turgidity. But leave apart that, we are talking about human beings, how water is important for us. Clear? So what will you say? Why water is important? Because water is a universal solvent. It helps to dissolve organic and inorganic compounds, of which the nutrients, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals are formed. Got it? Now, when we talk about water, it also regulates the body temperature. Clear? And as I said earlier also, this water, how do we get it? In the form of food products, liquid food. Though we drink water, water also enters our body, or you can say that in the form of liquid food products such as tea, coffee, milk also contains some part of water. Got it? So what happens if the body does not get required amount or sufficient amount of water? What happens? It leads to a condition called as dehydration. Like diseases such as diarrhea or dysentery. What happens? What is the symptom? Apart from abdominal pain, acute abdominal pain, there is discharge of loose motion. Why is it said that it is critical if it is prolonged? That is, if diarrhea or dysentery is not curbed, what happens? The water of the cells, they also are passed along with the watery stools. The stools becomes watery because the water of the cells, they also are discharged. For that to compensate for the loss of water, one goes in for ORS solution, that is in the form that is available, or you can make it at home by taking a glass of boiled water cooled and adding 2 teaspoonful or 1 teaspoonful of sugar with a pinch of salt. Got it? That is the normal one can prepare at home if one doesn't have ORS solution at home. Got it? So what happens? This is how much important water is for our body. Then we have that is like I said, one more importance of water is that transportation of digested food. Got it? It takes place because of water. Now when we talk about the digested food, where it is absorbed? It is absorbed into the small intestine and it is carried by the blood and brought to the different cells. So that blood, you have already studied in the previous classes, it is made up of two components, blood plasma and blood components. So the plasma part, what is that? Major part, water. Clear? So it also helps in the water also helps in the transportation of digested food to different parts of the body. Then we have the next most important component, roughage. Other common name is fibers or cellulose. You have heard the term cellulose. Cellulose is what? A type of polysaccharide. Clear? Polysaccharide means many saccharide units linked together by glycosidic bond. It is a type of carbohydrate. Now, this cellulose, where it is found? The cell wall of the plants are made up of cellulose. But human beings, we cannot digest cellulose. Why? Because the enzyme cellulase is absent. It is not produced in our body. But yet, we say that cellulose form an important part of a diet or fibers. Other term, roughage. Why? Because these cellulose or the roughage we call or fibers, all three are same. They help in the retention of water and prevents constipation. You have already heard this term constipation often. What is it? That is when one passes out the fecal matter, sometimes due to intake of lot of oily food or starchy food or less intake of water, the fecal matter becomes very hard and it becomes very difficult to pass through the that is the anus. In that case, what happens? That is called as constipation. But if one includes cellulose in the diet or the roughage in the diet, this problem is often cured. So, what is it? Roughage, apart from retention of the water, what does it do? It helps in the contractions of, that is a muscular contraction of the intestinal wall, so that the fecal matter are pushed along the large intestine easily and they reach the rectum where they are stored before they are being expelled out or discharged out. Clear? Then what happens? One more function of roughage is that is it makes the fecal matter soft. Got it? So that it can be transported easily from one part of the large intestine to the final part of the intestine, that is the rectum. Clear? So where are they found? What are the sources of roughage? The sources of roughage you can find in green leafy vegetables in the form of cabbage, cucumber, then you have radish, carrot. So you find that salad or the fruits that we take, it is an important part of our diet. Though we overlook that part of the food, but yet it is very important because these raw vegetables and fruits, they contain a rich source of fiber which helps in the following functions which I had mentioned. Clear? So, roughage, what type of questions will be asked? The function of roughage, their sources, and then what are the different types of vitamins which I had told earlier also, carbohydrates, their functions. Clear? And then what is the amount of calories that is per individual requires? What is the food requirement of a child, of a laborer, of a person working in a office, or a pregnant mother or a lactating mother? So it all depends upon different food items. Got it? That is, a child requires more amount of protein, also carbohydrate for growth and development. A person doing hard labor, that is a laborer like rickshaw puller, they have to use their muscle power, that is the energy, they require more energy, so their food should contain more amount of carbohydrate. And then when we talk about a person working in an office who has to sit long hours at the office, they require less amount of carbohydrate as compared to the laborer. Similarly, when we talk about an expecting mother, a pregnant mother or a nursing mother who feeds the baby with the milk, then they require more amount of proteins, carbohydrate, vitamins in their diet. Clear? So let me give you the chart where you have to remember some of these. This one, this. this is the generalized term. What are the calorie requirement of a vegetarian and a non-vegetarian? Of then we have this one, food requirement, this part, calorie requirement of different person. Overall you have to remember, like 1 marks, 2 marks, that is objective questions you may be asked. That's all. And children, please go through the questions.